live inside a jam-packed Carver Fieldhouse in Moorhead, Minnesota, where tonight it's Minnesota District 23A semifinal action. Good evening, everybody. Ed Schultz here with you tonight with the play-by-play of two great basketball games. Tonight we've got first the Hawley Nuggets undefeated going against Barnesville. Later tonight we've got Glendon Felton up against Lake Park. Minnesota District 23A basketball has a great tradition. It was back in 1984 that Pelican Rapids out of this district went all the way to the state championship on a last-second shot by Pat Westby. The Vikings defeated Winona Cotter in 1984 for the Minnesota State Class A basketball title. And with us here tonight doing the color is Rex Haugen, the head basketball coach of that Pelican Rapids Vikings team. Rex, glad to have you aboard. I think we're in for a couple of dandies tonight.
We are in for some dandies, and there's a lot of ingredients here for a lot of things to happen. A team to stay undefeated, and there's a lot of ingredients for a team to bump them off. And we've got a second game where we got really big people. We got a quick team. We've got opportunities here for two games to go right to the wire.
Hang on to your hats, folks. We got a great one here for you tonight. We'll be back with the starting lineups in tonight's ball game right after this.
WDAY Sports presents live from the Concordia Fieldhouse, Minnesota High School basketball playoff action. In the District 23A semifinals, the Hawley Nuggets and the Barnesville Trojans. And the Lake Park Parkers and the Glendon Felton Buffaloes. Tonight's basketball action is brought to you by the Hawley Merchants, Warner's Auto Sales, the Pelican Rapids Merchants, Minnesota Dairy Promotion Council, First National Bank of Barnesville, Barnesville American Legion, Butch's Marine, the Lake Park Merchants, Country Furniture, FM Auto Mart, Glendon Felton Merchants, and S&L Tire.
At Warner's Auto Sales, we have the cars so you can save hundreds with GMAC 9.9 annual percentage rate financing. 50 new Olds, 98 Regencies, 88 Royales, Cutlass Sierra 4-cylinders, 25 Pontiacs, Sunbird, Grand Am 6,000 4-cylinders, plus Pontiac Parisian featuring 9.9 and free air conditioning.
GMC trucks like S15, half or 3/4 tons, 2- and 4-wheel drives, GMC Jimmy or conversion vans. Choice of demos, too. This may be your best time to save at Warner's with over 110 new cars at low finance rates. Warner's Auto Sales in Fergus Falls.
The First National Bank of Barnesville would like to remind you that there's still time to get that 1985 tax break by opening up a new IRA account or adding to your present account. Just stop in and see the friendly staff at the First National Bank of Barnesville. They'll be glad to help you with your financial questions. Whether it's checking, savings, loans, the First National Bank of Barnesville is ready to help. That's the First National Bank of Barnesville. Member FDIC.
Here at the Carver Fieldhouse tonight, it's Minnesota District 23A semifinal action. And the first one is going to be a great one. The Hawley Nuggets have filled the gym here tonight along with Barnesville. Hawley 19-0 on the season. They have beaten Barnesville twice this year. Is the monkey on their back, Rex? What do you think?
It has to be a little bit. I would guess that at this stage of the season, Tommy's done everything he can to make sure that he gets that monkey off the back. But no matter how hard you try, it's still there. Barnesville is very loose, but if you're loose, you still got to play, and Hawley is very, very good. I look for some real interesting things to happen in this ball game.
No doubt about that. In tonight's ball game, let's go to the starting lineups at tonight's game with our announcer, Matt Lemke.
Coming. You can feel the electricity in here all the time.
Dave Johnson, his ball club's going to be playing on emotion tonight. As you said, they've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. They are expected to come out on the short end of this deal.
Well, I don't know if they really expect it. They expect to win this ball game, and they've got enough talent to do it.
In the backcourt there, you saw number 23, Mike Frederick. Joining him will be Eric Arness.
Point guard.
Can he handle the ball?
Pretty fair, decent shooter.
Kevin Jonk
This boy just came right out of nowhere. He wasn't starting at the beginning of the season. No one knew much about him, and since they put him in the lineup, they've only lost about twice.
And of course, Darren Mulcahy, a familiar name.
Big key for them.
And Mike Smilanich, I guess he's the bull that goes to the boards.
That's the guy. He's the leading scorer in the conference, and a lot of things got to happen good out of him for Barnesville to be in it.
Taking a look at the Hawley Nuggets. They didn't get to be undefeated by making mistakes.
They make very few. Very few. And they're so young.
In the backcourt, number 25, Tommy Critchley.
Coach's son, and he's paid his dues. He's a nice player.
Got a pretty good shot.
Good shot and an excellent free throw shooter.
Joining him in the backcourt.
Newman, 6'3" point guard. He does what he has to do.
Randy Kragerud. In double figures, he makes a living in that territory.
You bet he does. We'll have to outlaw the three-point play for that guy.
Celine, he's the quiet one.
He doesn't say much. He's a good rebounder. He gets his 10-12 every ball game.
And this is the player that I really think that they might have a hard time with tonight is Steve Molstry.
He's really a horse around the basket. He really is. He's solid all around. He's a good player, and this is going to be a nice game.
Taking a look at what both these ball clubs have got to offer. Hawley at 19-0, Barnesville at 13-8. But the most impressive thing, Rex, is 55% from the field all season long for the Nuggets.
Yeah, that's almost unbelievable. They play 5 guys most of the time, and 55% is going to win you an awful lot of ball games. And that free throw percentage isn't too bad either.
And look at Hawley with 78 points a game against the defensive average of Barnesville, giving up close to 60. The stats proved that we could see anything here tonight. The tip is away.
A lot of scoring.
Hawley loves to get up and down the floor. Let's see if they try to do that tonight. They have possession here early on.
Man-to-man. Whoa!
Down low with a nice feed and in on that one.
We call that their red play.
Newman with a nice feed inside scores the first 2 of the ball game.
That'll get rid of pregame jitters in a hurry. That's that first shot.
Barnesville going to be playing on a lot of emotion tonight. We've got a kick. It'll be their ball out of bounds. Now, one thing that I think that Barnesville's got to do early is establish some kind of momentum in their favor to get some confidence.
They've got to get it going. Hawley's out in the man-to-man. That'll help a little bit here. Get everybody moving. Mulcahy will get a chance to get a shot off.
Down low to Mulcahy. He can't find room. They're posting him low. Frederick can't find any room. They got the big kid Smilanich away from the basket.
It really helps if Smilanich hits the first one.
From way outside. Barnesville doesn't get it out of Arness, and we got the ball belonging to Barnesville.
2 Hawley kids ended up on the ball. Critchley and Mosby both on the ball.
Arness will put it in play from the outside. It's short that time. Jock couldn't get it. Beautifully inside.
Okay, got one down.
We are tied at 2 in the early going. And the fans know that this is a big one tonight.
Barnesville man-to-man. They'll play that most of the time, although they have zone this year more than in the past.
Critchley in the paint, double covered, short off the iron. It goes out of bounds, and the Trojans.
I don't think anybody's got the feel of each other yet. We're getting 2 guys on the ball every time.
Hawley now going with some pressure.
Little 2-2-1 pressure.
Mulcahy, right side, down baseline, off the glass, a little too strong, and John. We've got a blocking foul down low.
Yep. Got a lot of officials in the crowd. Tough call.
You got to take those chances early for that position.
You bet, you bet.
And Kevin Jock will be at the free throw line first for the Trojans. And they are ice cold here tonight. Jock again. How do you keep Hawley out of their running game?
Well, I think Barnesville will just slow them up man for man. I think they're going to get them more on the half court than on the full court. I don't really think Hawley's that quick, but they get up the floor fairly fast. But I don't think they're really that quick.
Celine couldn't find the range inside from about 8 feet out. This is Arness. Down low, they lose the ball out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Nuggets. Trojans got to be pretty pleased with the way they're coming out of the blocks here. Of course, Hawley the other night against Dilworth, it took him about 3 quarters to really get the break rolling.
Yeah, you bet.
This is Critchley looking for room, and we got a whistle, and he walked.
He's tough in the paint. He's a guard, but he is tough in the paint. He traveled that time, but he'll get a lot of stuff down the paint. They rub him off that post low.
Where do you think Hawley's the best, against his zone or man-to-man?
I think they're best against the man-to-man myself.
Arness, double covered here. They go to the wing. Mulcahy down low, smiling, it puts
Gotta
it
have
up.
the first one.
He's a little tight early on. And here comes the Nugget running game. They're pressing. This is Critchley. Loses the ball. Mulcahy comes away with it. Arness with the basketball. Down low, Smilinich wants it from the other side. Doesn't get it. Mulcahy inside, and no!
They wanted that one back.
Yeah, he did.
He should have put it up right away.
3-2 in the early going here.
He wanted to be real sure of himself to come back to the floor, and he was too sure.
Nobody's made the All-Star team yet. This is Moultrie. Critchley way outside.
Hawley running real good patterns against the man-to-man.
Double pump in the lane
like
off the glass. It won't go that time.
He doesn't miss many of those, although he's used to shooting from 20 rather than 5.
Arness, Frederick, inside to Smilinich. Another turnover.
They're really swarming in the paint on defense, both teams.
It looks like both clubs really want to work the paint
They're
area.
in the paint all the time, and there's just hands all over the place.
Critchley outside.
They're running that pick off the post.
Moultrie forces his way inside. It's going to cost him a personal. And he's called for the charge. You won't see the coaches off the bench tonight.
Oh, yeah, you'll see them up anyway. A little bit.
And that rule has been subject of a lot of conversation. We've got a whistle.
Who's fouling?
We'll be back. It's 3-2 with 4:29 remaining here in the first quarter.
Milk's got the kick that gives you more. Health kick. More nutrition in every pore. Health kick. I got the kick, and milk is it. With calcium and vitamins that you so quick. So get all the health kick, let it pour. America's favorite health kick. Yeah, get all the health kick, milk's got more. Have more milk, 'cause milk's got more.
Butch's Marine Barnesville, the area's largest Mariner outboard dealer, invites you to stop out and see the complete Mariner line. From the powerful Mariner 200 to small fishing motors to electric trolling motors, Butch's Marine has the Mariner outboard to fit your boating fun. With 5 lines of boats, Butch's Marine can match the Mariner outboard to the boat you want. Make summer boating more fun with the Mariner outboard and boat from Butch's Marine, Barnesville.
We've got a 1-point ball game, but we're a long way from double figures. You surprised?
Well, you know, it might look as if we're not having very good play out there, but there's been awful good play out there. The defense has done a real good job. Be interesting now to see if Hawley switches their defense. They generally do at the second quarter.
Jock will put the ball in play for Barnesville. Gets it back to Arness. Man-to-man defense for the Nuggets. Looking for Mulcahy inside, couldn't find him. Arness at the top of the key. Jock, he walked.
Tried to go a little too quick there. Looks like the post is there for the lob. No change for Barnesville, man-to-man.
Newman with a basketball. They're going down low to Moultrie. Almost out of bounds, and a nice move inside, and Mulcahy
Tough
just
move.
gave
Good
him the
move. Good move.
And Hawley leads it early. Mulcahy to Arness. Into the corner now. Down low, Smilinich loses the ball out of bounds.
Hawley did come out with a trap. Messed him up a little.
Well, I think you see so many turnovers by Barnesville, they're going to continue to put some pressure on him.
You bet.
Newman down the floor for the Hawley Nuggets. at 19-0 on the season. Moultrie with a basketball against Mulcahy. Newman wants room. When you talk 55%, that means 55% not too far away from the center.
Yeah, right.
Arness wants two, and he's got it.
That was a nice move by both the point guards. They both showed they could play in different spots. Newman from the baseline and Arness from the top.
Now they're starting to move the ball a little bit better here. Celine into Critchley on the baseline. Gets it back. He pumps. Won't go. We got a whistle in the lane. And this one's going to go, I believe, against Moultrie.
I think it's 25, Critchley.
.302 remaining here in the first quarter.
Hawley with a little trap out there.
Arness down low to Mulcahy. Back outside, picked off there, and here comes the Hawley break. Down the floor and rejected from behind that time.
Nice play. Noreen is in for Critchley. Nice play.
Let's take a look at it.
All ball. All ball. Good play.
Kragerud puts it in play. Noreen goes into the corner. Kragerud from way outside doesn't get it in. Smilinich.
That's his meat and potatoes right there.
Now, what do they like to play him at? Forward or center more often? Smilinich. Down there on the offense. He's listed at both. Where do they get the most production out of him?
Out of who?
Smilinich.
Smilinich, they get him on the wing. They get most of his stuff right out there where he is now.
Mulcahy with the basketball. Smilinich loses it, and Mulcahy gets it back.
Good defense by Moultrie.
Smilinich.
There it is.
He led the Heart of Lakes in scoring this year. And we got a tight one here with 2:05 remaining in the first quarter.
That'll be a problem for Hawley if he gets it going.
Kragerud finds the ring.
They both got it going now.
Arness. And Hawley, that's a backcourt violation. Mulcahy didn't know there was a stripe below him.
Always miserable at the 10-second line on the trap.
We've got 1:50 remaining in the first quarter as you look at Tom Critchley, the head coach of the Nuggets. And there's your bench rule.
He looks pretty cool, but he's burning up inside.
Kragerud takes it from Moultrie. They come outside. Newman. Inside feed. And we've got a whistle, and this one, I believe, is going to go on
Smilinich. Yeah.
Smilinich? It is. Let's take a look at it. They're trying to work in the land of giants, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Smilinich just a little slow on the defense position. Here we go on the outside.
Jock was double-teamed on that one. Newman to Kragerud. Newman wants it way outside, and
Last year he had trouble with that shot. He hits that one now. That gives him a few more guns to go with.
Kid grew up with a rim on the barn, no doubt about that. And almost another backcourt violation, but Mulcahy couldn't get the stick him out, and it goes out of bounds.
The half-court trap, the three-quarter trap is really giving Barnesville trouble right now. They play very excellent position. Hawley plays very excellent position.
1:16 remaining here in the first quarter as Smilinich sits down to take a breather.
Bennish to 6-7.
And that's going to be a three-point play opportunity as Jock took advantage of everything in the lane.
Posted up pretty good. Bennish a little late getting out front. He just reaches over. Let's see. Got him on the off arm.
Bennish is a player who's really come on as of late for the Trojans.
Didn't play at all early in the year.
And Jock makes it a three-point opportunity for him. Three-point play, and they are now leading by 6 with 1:08 remaining in the first quarter.
It is tough to play from behind against Hawley.
As they pressure Arness with the basketball. Across the midcourt line, Mulcahy. And it's going to belong to the Trojans, but some very aggressive defense that time by Celine.
Not quick, just great position.
They go with a big-time alley-oop play, and it's going to count as Mulcahy.
tough pass in there. Here comes the replay. Look at that. That's a tough play. The catch is as tough as a shot.
That was a heck of a pass.
It was a heck of a pass. It was a great catch.
And Mulcahy goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight. And he's perfect.
I think that's a quarterback thrown into double coverage, isn't it?
Hey, thread the needle. We got a 3-point game, less than a minute in the first quarter. Hawley's out in front, Critchley on the outside. There doesn't seem to be that much movement against that man-to-man, though, Rex. This is Newman, doesn't get the roll.
Doesn't look like movement, but check out their positioning. They've got him tied up all the time. The post people have got him on their back all the time.
This is Arness.
He missed that shot. I thought he made that shot.
Frederick. To the outside, Kragerud on the break, trying to get it going. He'll slow it up with 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We've still got a 3-point game. Newman outside.
One at the horn now.
Molstry has room, and he takes it and gets it.
You can't lay off that far.
5 seconds remaining. Barnesville's going to have to hustle it up, but he walked. And Frederick makes a crucial mistake. He could have pulled it within 3.
Tried to go a little bit too quick.
Hawley has the lead here.
Molstry probably shot too early, but it turned out to be a good deal. They're going to get the ball back. There's a quarterback throwing it.
And almost that time by Celine. And so we are at the end of the first quarter. And the Nuggets lead it by 5, and we'll be back.
McDonald's presents the perfect pair.
McDLT.
Large fries. If you melt at the thought of a McDLT.
McDLT.
And adore golden large fries.
Large fries.
You'll love this mouth-watering offer. With every McDLT, get free fries. Imagine free fries. So don't wait. Hurry into McDonald's before this well-loved pair pass like two ships in the night.
Look your best in the newest spring colors and fashions from the Fashion Gallery in Hawley. They carry the latest styles and sizes, junior, missy, women's, larger sizes, plus petite and half sizes. They're proud of their new store and the Hawley Nuggets. For groceries, gasoline, or snacks on the run, stop by Kirk Super America, conveniently located on Highway 10. Kirk Super America in Hawley, the convenience store with more of what you're looking for. Congratulations, Nuggets, on your terrific season.
I don't think either team is in the flow of things right now, Rex.
Not completely. The defense has taken them out. Offense for Barnesville has been hurting just a little bit. A couple of forces there. If Jonk would have hit that last shot at about 15 seconds, it'd been a little different.
We start the second quarter with the Nuggets leading by 5.
Hawley back in a man-to-man.
Arness working now to the outside against Newman. Jonk, he's got it.
Barnesville in a man-to-man yet. I like that. Both of them lining up and going.
Celine down low. Newman on the end of that one.
A little backdoor cut, a little red play into the post.
Well, you know what they talked about during the quarter break?
They set that one up.
Frederick, no. And Molstry.
Molstry's starting to make his presence felt on that defensive board.
Newman outside, still a man-to-man. Molstry with a basketball, looking down low. This is Critchley. Critchley again goes baseline, and he doesn't get it, but he is fouled. And this one is going to be on Frederick.
There you see.
Let's take a look at that alley-oop.
Here comes the alley-oop. Molstry set a back pick down into the paint. Hey, that's a nice play. And old Newman just went right off his butt and lifted the air, one catch and a shot.
Tommy Critchley doesn't get this one at the
Just
free
saw
throw
Hawley
line.
at their best here. Everybody can post, everybody can pass real well. And he ended up with Critchley on the free throw.
Critchley.
He doesn't miss many.
Miscues on both of them.
Yeah, he doesn't miss many.
He's one of the highest percentage shooters in the conference from the free throw line.
Hawley still man-to-man.
Jonk outside, looking for room now. They go down to Smilinitz when he's double covered, and they're lucky that one went out of bounds.
Hawley is doing a good job taking care of that pick down there on the baseline.
Jock. Yes, he's got it.
He has really come on, I tell you. He has just come out of nowhere, really.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more outside shooting by the Nuggets, though. They're really determined to get it down low tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Why is that?
They got everybody that can post. I suppose they feel that they can post Kragerud on Frederick, and they can post Newman down on Arnez, and they got an advantage.
Celine scored that one, and that's the third time down the floor that the Nuggets have hit from close range.
Hawley in his zone now.
Frederick. Arnez in the corner. Arnez, and it's a turnover. Moultrie at the right place at the right time. Moultrie, double dribble and travel.
Yeah. That Barnesville turnover was because I think Arnez thought they were in man-to-man, and he come off the pick, and the guy jumped on him and tried to throw it in the paint, and the post was there.
Now, with the number of turnovers that Barnesville's got so far, they got to be fairly happy. They're only down by 5.
Yeah, you bet.
Frederick.
The board takes care of that.
Jock from 15. He's
another one. That he is. Doc got it. He's back next year, too.
Newman. Tight man-to-man. Arnez is on him, but he fouls him. And Jock was coming up on the back end for the steal that time.
Just good hustling defense. Pretty aggressive. Barnesville always plays aggressive defense. You get the call once. You get that call once. The next time you may not get it.
We'll have a special presentation at halftime for the retiring Blackie Varriano from Dilworth High School. Newman down the lane, looking for room, and he did not get enough as Mulcahy clears it away for the Trojans.
Nice drive, just couldn't get any coffee on that one.
Now Mulcahy is going to have to get boards for him.
He's got to get boards, he's got to score a little bit too.
He's going to have to offset Moultrie, I think.
That he does.
Jock from way outside. Arnez from the corner, no.
It's not a place for boys under that bucket.
Critchley on the break, gets it to Kragerud. I'll tell you what, the Nuggets have not been able to get their fast break going tonight.
Nope, Barnesville's back good. Barnesville got to get some scoring out of Mulcahy.
Moultrie doesn't get that one. It's knocked out of bounds, and they're going to keep it in Nuggetville. 4:46 remaining here. 19-16 is the score. It's the Nuggets by 3. They've got the ball. Kragerud. Newman outside. Kragerud in the corner. We're going to whistle, and it's
Colin Raffable, I think.
Ryan Raftable gets the foul that time into the free throw line for the Nuggets will be Celine. Joel Celine. No.
Hey, that's
And
one of Hawley's
smiling
strengths. Free throws have really been big for Hawley all year.
4:30 remaining here in the first half. And the Trojans can cut it to 1.
There's
Smiling it.
Shot right
They're going to the right guy.
Told ya.
He hadn't been touching the ball too much. You're going to have to get some movement with him.
Well, Hawley's defense doing a good job in the paint. That's why I think the Mulcahy's got to get a couple.
Newman goes down low. Nice left-handed shot by Celine, but it's short.
Hey, Barnesville take the lead here.
Now Barnesville can open up with their first lead of the ball game. Arnez. Jock, who's hit a few from out there. They want it traveling. Mulcahy goes to the board, loses the ball. Kragerud to Moultrie. Newman saves it from being backcourt. We've got 3:40 remaining. Down low. Celine, he gets it. And it's back to a 3-point lead for the Nuggets.
Play. A little bit late getting on the defense.
Nuggets with the pressure now. Mulcahy. Frederick. Mulcahy. Arnez with the basketball with 3:15 remaining here in the first half. Hawley's in a tough 3-2 zone. Mulcahy. Raftavold into the corner. Trojans being patient. Jock feeds it off to Arness. Down low, Smilanich wants room. Turnaround, Jay, no. And the Nuggets giving him one shot at the bucket. This is Crackaroo to Molstry. Molstry pushes his way inside. It's short. And Raftavold, the man off the bench, clears it away.
Both teams are playing tough on that board.
You got to think Barnesville just wants to keep it close here in the first half. Jock, Arness, Mulcahy, double teamed, and he finds the range. And it's a one-point game.
They need a little bit out of Mulcahy. Mulcahy's tired, looks like, too. Keep it going at it tough.
Newman, down low, Molstry.
Nice play. Woo.
Not so much the shot, but the pass is just seeing the kid
great.
down low was a great one. Raftavold, Smilanich, and that's an offensive foul. It's a three-point game with 2 minutes remaining in the half, and we'll be back.
Since 1892, the State Bank of Hawley has been serving the financial needs of people in and around the Hawley area. But age alone isn't what has made the State Bank of Hawley so successful. It's all the experience that has come with those 94 years of service. And it's because of their understanding people, ready to help you with savings, checking, loans, and planning for the future with an IRA account. Bank on experience and where people make the difference. Bank at the State Bank of Hawley. Member FDIC. Good job, Nuggets. Farmers, the planting season is right around the corner, and Peterman Seed Farms has a good supply of high germination, top quality certified seeds in many varieties of wheat, barley, soybeans, durum, and corn. Peterman's has a Minnesota approved seed plant, and cash discounts are available. Ask about their custom conditioning too. They want to help you get your planting season off to a good start. Congratulations, Nuggets, on the good job you've done all season long. From Peterman Seed Farms in Hawley.
Here's the backdoor play, Rex.
Hawley, all 5 kids passed well. That was a great pass. Mulcahy turned his head a little bit, and the ball was right past here.
But, you know, even though they're not in the flow of their game, they're still trying those kind of plays. Now, I think that's important. They're not getting away from what got them here.
Oh, no. Hawley is a real well-oiled team. They'll run that, what coaches call the flex offense. They'll run that thing to death.
Well, the Nuggets, with 2 minutes remaining in the half, they've got a 3-point lead, and Newman brings the ball down the floor. Newman against the tight D. This is Critchley to Crackaroo. Frederick's on him.
Hey, this is good, Ed. Lining up man-to-man, 5-on-5.
We'll find out who's in shape. A pressure pass down to Molstry. He couldn't find room. Critchley, short. And again, it's Celine.
Hustle play, hustle play.
Celine is really making his presence known inside, and the Nuggets, with 1:15 remaining in the half, lead by 5. Smilanich.
That hurt.
Celine on the other end. Critchley.
Heads up now.
Molstry outside. Critchley. Nuggets by 5. We're inside a minute in the first half. Way outside, and Newman.
All 5 cylinders now.
The biggest lead of the ball game is 7 points, and the Nuggets have got it.
Barnesville got to be careful now. They don't get blown out here during the half.
Arness.
Shot.
Raftavold. Frederick puts it up.
Woo.
One of those, I don't know if it was supposed to go in shots.
One of those, oh no, yay shot.
And we've got 25 seconds remaining. And Davey Johnson a little upset with the way things are going right now. 15 seconds remaining in the half. A 5-point advantage. Celine gives it up to Newman. Molstry from the corner. We got a whistle. And we got a foul down low. It's going to be on Raftavold. And 3 quick substitutions for Barnesville.
I I think that was both guys were trying to establish the principle of verticality down there.
Critchley to the free throw line.
That's more like it for him. He seldom misses.
Shooting better than 70% from the free throw line for the season in the Heart of Lakes Conference. And Critchley gives them. It is back to a 7-point advantage. And now Barnesville's going to try to get a shot off here. Frederick, he's going to have to force it, and he doesn't get it. And we are at halftime as Hawley leads Barnesville 29-22. And we'll be back.
The Hawley Golf and Country Club reminds you to get ready for golf. It won't be long now, and it always starts first at Hawley. Remember, the Hawley Golf and Country Club is 18 holes and open to the public. And for underground work, snow removal, and road construction, talk to Saline Brothers Incorporated Highway Contractors. They've got the knowledge and the experience to do the job right. They're proud of the Hawley team for their great success this season. Wall Drug in Hawley has it all. Home and health items, photo processing, cosmetics, a restaurant, prescription services, and even a gift shop downstairs. Stop in soon and be sure to visit the Silver Lake Co-op Oil Company in Hawley. They've got quality Cenex products for your home, farm, and car. They've got the team spirit and are behind the Hawley Nuggets all the way. In business as in sports, teamwork makes the difference.
As they'll honor Blackie Varriano, the Dilworth coach. Blackie Varriano, he's been coaching basketball and directing kids for 30 years in Minnesota. And he is a great one. He is retiring at the end of this season, at the end of this school year. Blackie Varriano will receive an award from his fellow coaches in District 23A. When you think of Dilworth, one of the first things you think of is Varriano, and Blackie has really done a terrific job in Locoville over the years. We're at halftime right now. Hawley leads this ballgame 29-22. Let's go to Rex Haugen.
Coaches of District 23. We'd like to make a little special presentation to a very special guy. This tournament has a great deal of tradition and a great deal of really fire and brimstone, and one of the people that is really responsible for making this tournament what it is our dear friend and former coach, John Blackie Varriano. And we as coaches in the district would like to honor John this evening with a couple of things. The first thing is a basketball with the names of all the coaches in the district right now. And John, the basketball doesn't have any air in it. And the reason for that is, one, you know what coaches' salaries are like. We couldn't afford any air. And secondly, if you ever played John's team in his district, usually that's what you did. You went home and you let the air out of the balls and put them in a rack and got ready for the next year. So here's the ball, John. And we have a plaque here that says, John Varriano, leader, coach, and friend. Dedicated, loyal, courageous, thoughtful, and honest. Admired and respected by the District 23 basketball coaches. 1986. I think John is one of the main reasons we have such a beautiful tournament here, and he deserves all the accolades we can possibly lay on him. So let's give John just a heck of a big hand.
Blackie Varriano, a legend in Dilworth, a legend in Minnesota District 23A basketball. We're at halftime, and Barnesville trails Hawley 29-22. Here's more on the Trojans from Barnesville.
proud of the school and the great academic opportunities offered to Barnesville's nearly 1,000 students. For example, recently the National Honor Society inducted 19 new members for a total of 23 members from Barnesville. Beginning this year, a comprehensive arts planning committee made up of teachers and community members has been working to integrate the arts into all areas of learning, to enhance our growing arts program, and to make all of the arts available to all of the students. Currently, students in Barnesville have the opportunity to participate in musical theater, choir, band, speech, and student publications. At our all-school fair, students' creative achievements, including writing, visual art, and special projects, are exhibited for the community. The stage band and change-of-pace singers perform at this fair and throughout the year. This year, our band will travel to Chicago to take part in a band festival. Along with the growing opportunities in the arts, students enjoy a variety of courses and activities to develop talents in all areas, including science, communications, social science, business, and athletics. From kindergarten to 12th grade, there is a continual emphasis on the total development of each student in reaching his or her full potential. Barnesville is proud and pleased to share with you the special features of one of Minnesota's fine schools.
Back at the Cobber Fieldhouse, it's Minnesota District 23A semifinal action as you look at Mike Nelson resting up for the next ball game tonight. He's the kid that makes it happen for the Lake Park Parkers. And when he goes to the bucket, everybody knows it. He came in here the other night with 4 stuffs.
Yes, they know when Mike's around. Mike knows when the camera's around, too.
He won't be sleeping in the second game tonight when Lake Park takes on Glendon Felton. But right now, we're at halftime, and Hawley leads Barnesville 29-22. We'll be back with more after this.
Plan for the future with an IRA today. Stop in and let the friendly people at the First National Bank of Hawley show you how to save hundreds of tax dollars along with money for your retirement. The First National Bank of Hawley is your full-service bank with checking, loans, savings, safety deposit boxes, CDs, and more. They are proud to serve the Hawley community and are also proud of the Hawley Nuggets and their great success this season. With uninterrupted service since 1905, it's the First National Bank of Hawley, member FDIC.
Dazzle your dinner guests with a solid oak dining room value from Country Furniture in Lake Park. This solid oak pedestal table and 4 cushioned chairs, only $799. Here's a waterbed value that's hard to beat. This bookcase waterbed, complete with frame, mattress, heater, the works. Plus these extras, 4-drawer underbed dresser, mattress pad, and waterbed sheets, all for just $399 at Country Furniture in Lake Park.
Country Furniture really wants your business.
The Barnesville Trojans back on the floor for the start of the second half here tonight. Now, when you're looking at Barnesville, I think it's safe to say that Hawley has done a good job of keeping Smilanich pretty quiet.
They've really done a good job defensing the paint. Smilanich has gone a little bit too far into the baseline for his shot, a spot he's not necessarily not used to it, but he's always got pressure on him out there. Barnesville's done a real good job on the boards. They got 12 defensive boards, which is pretty good against the stuff that Hawley's throwing out at them. The thing that surprises me, Hawley's missed 3 free throws. I don't know if they missed that many all year.
The numbers are pretty close, folks. It's a 7-point advantage right here at halftime for the Hawley Nuggets. But the field goal percentage, Barnesville has the edge, but they've taken 7 less shots in the first half. Hawley is 13 of 28 from the field, whereas Barnesville 10 of 21.
I tell you, this game started out pretty slow on the shooting deal, but you can't say that this isn't too bad. Turnovers right here. Barnesville's got 10 turnovers to Hawley's 4. And a lot of those turnovers were at the 10-second line when Hawley was out in their trapping defense, and I'm sure about 3 of those baskets were the result of the turnover.
When you look at Hawley, they've got to be thinking they're not playing very well.
Well, I know every coach and every team wants to play better. I think Barnesville's been muscling pretty well. The officials are letting them play in the paint, and they've been muscling real tough. Hawley's been real deliberate. They run all 5 guys off the post, and they pick low, and they post them up.
Now, the other night against Dilworth, Rex, Hawley was in here, and I mean, when they got a rebound, they were throwing the ball at half court to run. I mean, they were cherry-picking the guards. Do you think we'll see that here? Because Moultrie has made his presence known on the boards.
Well, I tell you, the reason we saw it against Dilworth is that Dilworth didn't have big enough to stop the outlet pass. And Barnesville's got some people that are standing up there and making that outlet pass a little difficult. We may see it, though, if Hawley gets a little farther ahead, if Barnesville starts gambling a little bit more, the game could blow open then real quick. But Hawley will get her down the court in about 2 passes.
Newman's the leading scorer so far with 10 points. As you look at Tom Critchley, very emotional coach. He definitely gets into it. Both these coaches do, actually.
Oh, yeah. And the trouble is this year, they got to let their boiler burn while they're sitting down, and that's always difficult. Tommy has worked very, very hard.
Now, you as a coach, Rex, does that hurt communication on the floor when you got to sit down, when you want the team to change the offense, you want them to change the defense? Is the communication tougher?
Communication is very, very difficult, and I'm not so sure it's fair to the kids playing out there. You know, there's 3,000-4,000 people they're playing in front of, and it's noisy, and the band is banging away. And sometimes you got to have some visual way of communicating, and standing up is the thing you're doing. And right now, it's really tough on some kids.
You look at Davey Johnson, the head basketball coach at Barnesville, coming in here tonight with a 13-8 record. We have got a low-scoring ball game. I mean, when you look at Hawley averaging 78 points a game, and they're being held to less than 30 in the first half, I mean...
But it doesn't seem as though it's a low-scoring game. The game's been going up and down. This is a critical period, this first 3-4 minutes for Barnesville. It's probably critical for Hawley, but it's really critical for Barnesville, because if Hawley gets up by, 10 or 11, it's really going to be tough for them to come back.
Kragerud will put it in play to start the second half, and he gets it back to Newman.
Man-to-man by Barnesville.
Is that a good move, you think?
Oh, yeah. Yep. You bet.
Pressure the ball. They're down by 7. Barnesville is. Critchley goes down low to Kragerud, in tight. Doesn't get the roll.
Yeah, they posted Kragerud that time, the smallest guy on the floor.
And they started Benish in the second half. Barnesville did. Now, that's an interesting move. They've got Smilanich and Benish in the lineup to start the second half.
That puts Smilanich on the outside for his jumper.
And Mulcahy, who had 7 rebounds in the first half, they got to hit the boards. That's what they're thinking.
Oh.
First turnover here the second half as the Trojans, that is turnover number 11 on the night. Newman. He's leading the Nuggets so far with 10 points. They go down low. Celine.
I think they got to front him. They got to front him, make him throw the lob.
Pressure by the Nuggets.
Little trap. Look under.
We got a blocking foul on Celine.
Good call.
First team foul here in the second half on the Nuggets. Into the ball game now is David Noreen for Hawley.
That's a 4th foul on Celine.
And I'll tell you what, he's a big cog in this wheel for them. Now into the corner. Arness down low to Mulcahy. Doesn't get the roll on that one. And you said it earlier, Moultrie making his presence known.
Yep.
Kragerud. Moultrie.
There it is.
Noreen. And we got a whistle.
Off.
It's too much time in the paint.
Somebody parked in there. Barnesville still going inside to Benish and Mulcahy. Should help Smilanich a little bit.
We've yet to see Barnesville in the scoring column here in the second half.
Hawley 2-3 zone.
Arness, short. Benish trying to keep it in, but the Nuggets come away with it. Moultrie quickly up the floor to Noreen.
3 on 2.
This is their game. Kragerud in tight.
There it is. That's tough.
And Davey Johnson wants a timeout. We'll do the same. It's a 33-22 advantage for the Nuggets, and we'll be back.
Congratulations, Hawley Nuggets, on your great success this season. Quality is what you get at the Jack and Jill store in Hawley. They carry a full line of grocery items, including meats and produce. Be sure to stop by their bakery section for fresh baked goods. And for movie buffs, Jack and Jill now has movies to rent. For complete insurance services, see the fine folks at the Hawley Agency. And for answers to all your real estate questions, visit Evergreen Realty with multiple listing services, both located in the First National Bank of Hawley. It's that time of year again, and the Hawley Co-op Elevator Company is ready. They've got everything you need for spring: seed, fertilizer, chemicals, and more. See Hawley Co-op Elevator for application as well. They're happy to be a part of this tournament and proud of the Hawley Nuggets. Hawley Co-op Elevator is also happy to serve the people of this great area. This spring, visit the Hawley Co-op Elevator Company. They're ready to help you.
Okay, here comes that 3-on-2 break, and this is what's going to vary Barnesville if they don't get it stopped. These are the things that are going to blow the game open for Hawley. There's Craggerud on his made-to-order jumper.
Seems like they shoot better off the break.
They shoot real good off the run. Hawley's in a 2-3 zone.
It's an 11-point lead, the biggest lead of the ball game for the Nuggets. And turnover at number 12.
Now he backed it up.
Noreen off the bench doing a fine job for Hawley. Moultrie to Critchley. This is Craggerud. Man-to-man D for the Trojans. Critchley, almost an air ball, and Smilinich gives it up to Arness.
I think Barnesville got to try run a little.
They could have that time.
Yep. Here's
Smilinich, 15-footer. Well, if they can't get him in tight, they might as well let him pump from the outside.
With Benish and Mulcahy on the paint, Smilinich should get some stuff to do now on the free throw line.
Moultrie, he walked.
Yep, he did. Good call, Ed. Did you ever wear a striped shirt?
No, I just thought he walked. It's the Nuggets by 9. And Craggerud going for the steal.
I was just going to say, Barnesville really taxed the zone nice, and then Arness made a little tough pass to the wing.
The attendance at this basketball tournament is really good this year. This is Arness, and he keeps them alive. A couple of the farmers outside Nuggetville told me they're going to be milking them at 3 o'clock. Newman, and he's fouled. Mulcahy.
He does that really well.
Well, that's one thing we haven't seen a whole lot of tonight. Either team really taking the ball from the guard position and really attacking the bucket.
Here he comes down now, just a little quick crossover, a little power move inside. He's got the guy on his back, splits the seam, and there's no doubt about that. Mulcahy was over him pretty tough.
Newman cans it. Mulcahy on the bench now as Frederick comes in.
Newman's got a quiet 11. 12.
He had 10 at the half. And now this is Arness going to try to get it going.
I think Arness got to split those two guards on the front there. He's got to get into that free throw line.
Frederick outside with Arness.
There it is.
Jonk, that's the same spot Smilinich was at. 4:36 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 35-28. The Nuggets lead it.
Barnesville still man-to-man.
Newman to Critchley. Noreen from way outside.
New man is heard from.
Who says
He's a very good player.
Not on the bench.
He's a very good player. He's played lots of JV. Hasn't seen much playing time. He's a very good player.
Smilinich to Arness to Jonk. Mulcahy. Jonk. Oh, nice shot.
That's a good play.
They got a piece of the ball when he was going to the horn with it.
Strong kid.
7-point lead for the Nuggets.
Barnesville got to get him off that +7. There's a good backside.
And Jonk steals the ball, and he's fouled by Moultrie. Are we seeing a shift in momentum here?
A little bit. Here comes the backside play now. Moultrie does a real good job on the backside, but there's great defense right there by Jonk. And then Moultrie got a little anxious and reached in.
The Nuggets.
Arnett got to split him right there.
Yep. Jonk
There's
on the weak side.
baseline, or Smilinich baseline, over the wing. There it is. There we go. There we go.
Now, that's the second time that he's gotten the ball around from the weak side after they've shifted their offense over.
That's a big play for him. It got him off that 7 points all the time. Now we'll see what Hawley does.
Noreen, he was hot from there the last time. Newman.
There he is again. Now we're playing. Now we're playing.
He's got 14 points on the night.
Hawley really hits the open man well. They're not going quick, but they always little penetration hit the open man.
He walked.
Hawley switched defenses, and Arnaz didn't recognize it early enough.
As you look at Tom Critchley. 2:59 remaining here in the third quarter. And we've got
what he knows.
Arnaz took one on the horn there.
Right on the snazzer, huh? He's got a real sore leg, too. He took a shot on his leg about 3 weeks ago, and it re-injured a thing from football. He's been playing with a little pain. Davey didn't think he'd play in a district, but we all knew better than that.
Eric Arnaz. Noreen outside. They go down low to Moultrie. They fronted him that time.
They fronted him hard. Backside guy didn't get over quick enough. Good pass. That lob is a tough pass.
This has got to be a critical time for Barnesville.
Hawley's in a man-to-man. Mulcahy could have a shot there.
And Critchley down low with the board. They're trying to run it.
They are now. Critchley's looking.
Noreen to Newman. Directing traffic.
The posting Kragerud.
And rejected from behind. And finish with the block, but Critchley was fouled on the drive.
All right, here's a good drive. Ball comes over now on this side. Critchley gets it on the swing up top. He's going to beat Benish into the middle. Over the top, over the top, on his back. Good call.
Critchley.
Starting to shoot like the statistics say he's supposed to.
He's missed 3 from the line tonight.
But he's made about 4 in a row, I think. There's 5.
2:17 remaining in the third quarter. We've got Lake Park and Glendon Felton coming up next. They're going to trap the ball out here. Mulcahy throws it away. This is Kragerud.
Looking for no. Good play by Kragerud. Backed it up.
They got the lead. Newman. Critchley. Back to Newman. Working in the lane. Too strong off the iron. Benish clears it away to Mulcahy.
Barnesville's got to run right here a little bit.
They really haven't tried to run all night.
No, it surprised me a little.
Frederick. Benish.
Yeah. Good play.
Nice play.
Kids are a little cautious yet. You know, they're still a little cautious.
We got a whistle away from the ball, and that's going to be on Kragerud.
On Kragerud, fighting the post down there.
1:28 remaining. It's 43-34. Barnesville seems to be very content to try to keep working the inside game.
Yeah. They had to put Smileness back inside now. They took Mulcahy out and brought Frederick. Hawley still tough man-to-man. There's Smileness. You should have this one.
Against Moultrie. Short. And Moultrie takes the board that time. Smileness is not having one of his better games.
Not real good, but give Moultrie a little credit.
Newman.
See Kragerud and Frederick battling down there.
Kragerud has it, and they're going to call it on Frederick. Frederick hammered Kragerud, so he'll go to the line. Let's look at it.
A nice little move. Kragerud goes up, moves his body really good. He'll up right on the top. Kragerud won't miss these either, I don't think.
Randy Kragerud.
There's a game Hawley has made 24 out of 27 from the free throw line and better, so this is nothing new.
Kragerud perfect twice. 45-34. It's back to an 11-point advantage for the Nuggets. We are inside a minute in the third quarter. Frederick. Smileness.
Got to take that.
is going to be called, I believe, on Critchley. It is.
Critchley hooked him with his knee a little bit.
25. Critchley, his second personal foul.
Arness will put it in play for the Trojans with 45 seconds remaining. John won't go. Newman. Here comes the break.
3 on 2.
Newman outside. Man-to-man again by the Trojans. And offensive foul on Newman, and Tommy Critchley doesn't like the call.
I think that's a good call. We get a replay. I think that's a good call. Let's see. I think it was a good call. Take a look here. Working over. Arness gets aggressive. I think so. Good call.
Back to live action.
Both teams running exactly the same offense.
Smilanich has a shot, and he's got it.
That's the same shot that Mostert gets from a Hawley offense.
In 7 seconds, 6 seconds remaining in the third. Hawley's going to have to hustle here. This is Critchley, and we got a foul. It's going to be jump ball. 1 second remaining.
Tough call.
1 second remaining in the third quarter. And that'll do it. The Nuggets go in with a 9-point lead with 8 minutes to play, and we'll be back.
From the warmth of the summer sunshine to the first white winter snow, from the browns and golds of autumn to the spring when the rivers flow, a friendly welcome's waiting when I stop and say hello. Pelican Rapids sure can make you feel at home. Welcome home. Pelican Rapids sure can make you feel at home.
The Morrissey Masterson Post 153 of the American Legion in Barnesville is proud of the accomplishments of the Trojans basketball team. Best of luck to the team throughout the tournament from the American Legion Club. S&L Tire Company's 4 locations in Fargo, Ada, Moorhead, and Barnesville offer you the finest service around on Goodyear tires. From large tractor tires to small car tires, it's Goodyear. When you want great tires, stop in at S&L Tire, Fargo, Moorhead, Ada, and Barnesville.
Trojans. They've got 8 minutes to turn this thing around. They trail by 9, and they're playing a team that's undefeated.
They're going to really have to go after them and take some chances. And I don't think you should take too many early, but they're going to really have to try and pick it up. 11 points is, 9. 9 points is a lot of points to make up against Hawley in 1 quarter if you're going to try and take your time at it. You got to go after it now.
Newman. Still a man-to-man defense by the Trojans. This is Doreen looking for room. Kragerud inside to Moultrie. And this one is going to be on Benish.
Kragerud made, or Moultrie made a real good move across the paint. A nice pass in there.
Kragerud will put it in play. We've got Lake Park and Glendon Felton coming up next. Kragerud inside. Moultrie's got room.
Smilanich on the front. Benish late coming over. A great pass by Kragerud. A great pass by Kragerud. Right on the money.
Frederick goes inside to Benish. Can't hang on to it, and it's going to be Nugget ball. And that's going to hurt him.
That's going to hurt a lot.
And now the Nuggets have an opportunity to open this thing up to 13 points. They lead by 11, and this is their biggest lead of the ball game. Moultrie to Noreen to Kragerud. Kragerud from 15 doesn't get it, and Mulcahy clears it away
now, Barnesville. You got to run. There's Smilanich.
Arness forces the shot, and we got a whistle inside as Frederick got the rebound, and it's going to be on Frederick.
That's a good call. He stuck him right in the ribs, moved him right out of there. We got a replay on that. We'll see that.
Going to put the Nuggets in the bonus. And Noreen to the free throw line. David Noreen, the 6th man for the Hawley Nuggets, has played most of this second half.
Got a great shot. That put Kragerud in the paint a little bit.
going with a 3-guard offense here in the second half as Noreen hits that free throw. And I would imagine with that lead, they want the ball handlers in there.
They do now, and they're gonna crank a little time off.
Noreen misses the second one.
But they're going to.
Biggest lead of the ball game, a 12-point advantage for the Nuggets. We've got 7 minutes remaining. Mulcahy, Smilanich, a little too strong. Gets his own.
Great hustle, great hustle.
Arness tries to get Jock down low, and he loses it to Kragerud. Here come the Nuggets, and Noreen says, let's take our time.
A lot of action around the basket down there, but there was no foul. It was all ball.
Noreen inside to Critchley. Double team, and he's fouled.
Critchley will hit these two, I think. Barnesville taking a few more chances.
Critchley. Tommy Critchley. And he doesn't get it. Moultrie keeps it alive. And Smilanich comes away with it. 6:15 remaining in the ball game. A 12-point lead for the Nuggets. This is Smilanich. Turnaround. Jay Short won't go. It just looks like he's tight.
Pushing, trying a little too hard, trying hard.
The Nuggets playing with a lot of confidence right now. Doreen down the lane, and he's got it.
Nice play. He's a good player.
And it's a 14-point advantage. This one's got shades of a blowout.
Getting close now.
Moultrie away from the bucket on Mulcahy going for the steal. Arness down low. He's rejected by Newman. Wants it back and doesn't get it. Arness with intensity on the board.
There's perseverance right there. Good play.
After being rejected twice, he cuts the lead to 12. Critchley to Kragerud. Nuggets did a nice job of breaking the pressure that time by the Trojans. Kragerud. And Frederick getting after it. Down low Moultrie. He's hammered, and that's going to be on Arness. Dennis will come back in now for Barnesville.
Barnesville, Davey's got a little problem. He's not quite sure if he should go for the board or if he should go for small people to press.
And David Noreen gets a standing ovation as he leaves the floor as Celine comes back in. Joel Celine for the Nuggets.
He played real well.
Raftavold back in as Jock's going to sit down for Barnesville.
I think Jock is a little weak. Dave is telling me that he's had a little flu bug, and maybe he just ran out of gas a little bit.
Moultrie, short. Critchley boards it, plays it safe out to Kragerud. And Newman running the show for most of the evening. Celine and Newman on the near side. They go down low to Kragerud and doesn't get it that time. And Mulcahy clears it away for the Trojans.
That shows you the versatility of Hawley. They post up their smallest player on the floor and he can get a shot off.
Mulcahy. Benish loses the ball momentarily. And the Nuggets pressuring the ball 20 feet away from the bucket.
They're doing a good job man-to-man. They're not sitting in the paint with a lead. They're going out and make Barnesville learn every one of them.
Benish with a brick, and Frederick follows inside. It's a 10-point game.
They're not out of it. They're not out of it.
Moultrie to Celine.
Boy, Arness is working out there.
And do we have a foul before that timeout? It's a timeout. And it's a called timeout, not a TV timeout, but we'll break away anyway.
I'm Bishop Gibley, inviting you to watch Reflections, 5 p.m. Saturdays on WDAY, WDAZ TV. This program, produced by Lutheran Vespers, focuses on the sacrament of Holy Baptism. 5 baptismal themes come alive by people telling their stories of life and faith. Please watch, and tell your neighbors to watch too. That's Reflections, 5 p.m. Saturdays here on channels 6 and 8.
Sit up and take notice. Every chair in the house is now on sale at Country Furniture in Lake Park. This comfortable extra position Stratolounge recliner can be yours for just $299. You can't beat this contemporary sofa sleeper for seating and sleeping comfort. Twin, full, or queen, any size, only $249 at Country Furniture in Lake Park. With all 50 sofa sleepers in stock at sensational savings.
Country Furniture really wants your business.
Well, we've got 4:08 remaining, and the Trojans are down by 10. And we'll be in Davey Johnson's huddle of Barnesville at the next timeout or dead ball.
Barnesville's really got to go after it. I don't know if Davey's going to come out with some zone pressure or not. I don't think Hawley's going to hatch it, but they're not going to attack real fast.
Man-to-man defense for the Trojans.
Oh, they ran that backdoor play, just about had it.
Newman to Critchley.
There's Kragerud right there.
They're running a lot of patterns on the baseline, and Arness comes away with a steal. Arness looking for help. This is Benish, short, but Smilanich.
That's a hustle play, hustle play.
At one point, it was a 14-point advantage for Hawley, but it's been cut to 8. Kragerud, who led the Heart of Lakes in scoring this year, edged out Smilanich in the last week, and we've got a double dribble.
Yeah.
And now the Barnesville fans think that 3:21 left is still enough time.
Plenty of time. Trojans get a bucket here.
Arness. Man-to-man defense for Hawley. Benish away from the bucket. To Jonk. Jonk wants it from 18. No.
There's another hustle play.
A little too strong. Arness puts it up, and no. Gets his own again. That's 4 rebounds. And Mulcahy. Baseline. We got a whistle. And what do we got?
Flat out hustle.
And Mulcahy. You bet.
Flat out hustle.
Give credit to this Barnesville club for not folding.
That was a big exchange.
And Mulcahy, as his ball club trails by 8 with 2:54, cuts it to 7.
Well, Willie Nelson would say pick up the tempo just a little bit right now, and I think the Trojans are going to do that. You ever heard that song? That's a good song.
Which album's it on?
I got one at home. I'll get it.
Missed free throw by Mulcahy. And then Jonk loses the ball to Moultrie. This is Newman. We got another foul, and this is going to be on Arness.
Tough call. Look at the hustle. Tough call right here.
The old reach in.
Little reach in.
And Newman, as you look at Tom Critchley, head coach of the Nuggets. Newman, no, he doesn't get it.
Newman, that's his first miss, I think. He's really been tough in there. He's held him in.
Now Arness running the show with 2:40 remaining.
Hawley outman.
Trojans down by 7. This is Mulcahy.
There's Smilanich right there.
Smilanich and Moultrie. What a battle that's been. This is Arness. He's got it.
He has really played in this quarter, I'll tell you.
Down by 14. The Trojans have cut it to 5 with 2:20 remaining.
Hawley's going to have to show some mettle now.
Celine. He answers.
You got to front him. Tough play.
Arness against Newman. Arness down the lane. Loses the ball. Moultrie. But he walked. And it's going to belong to the Trojans. As you look at Moultrie.
Got a timeout, Barnesville.
Timeout, Barnesville. We'll keep it here because we want to hear what Davey Johnson's going to be saying in the huddle because there's only 2:04 remaining.
When Freddie's in the game, you're on the guy you started with. You understand? When Freddie's not in the game, you got Newman, you got Krager, you got Critchley, you got Moultrie, you got Freddie.
defense is a little mixed on the bucket. His 545 is the key for the type of defense. I'm not sure what that 5 number means. I think he's saying that it's some type of full court man defense, I think, or else they're going to trap about 3/4.
It is a 7-point lead for the Nuggets with 2:04 remaining.
They'll power these 2 posts right down the pipe.
Arnaz to Junk from 15. It's an air ball, and Critchley.
Might have gotten tapped on that a little bit.
In the first half, Moorhead leads Detroit Lakes 27-25. Kragerud, no. And Molke again with a key rebound.
He is tough on the board.
A minute 40 remaining in the ball game.
Can't take too much time. Hawley's man-to-man.
Benish outside.
Hawley playing good D.
This is Arnaz in the paint. Too short. And again, it's Critchley with a rebound.
Posted up Arnaz that time.
1:25 remaining and counting as the Nuggets. Newman in a 7-point lead, stolen away by Smilanich. Fakes.
3.
And he's fouled. It's going to be a 3-point play opportunity.
Here
and
comes
Tom
the replay.
Critchley wants a timeout.
He does want a timeout. Here's a steal out here by Smilanich. He's taken down. He did a good job. He faked Malmstry out a little bit. Rather than going up strong, he got him up. Hey, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Let's go into the Barnesville huddle.
It's enough time to win, all right? But you know what we got to do? We got to push it up floor on offense, and we got to pressure on defense. And you got to know who's in the game. All right, you got to know who's in the game. Everybody know who you're guarding now? Okay. We're down 5. He hits that free throw. We're down 4. We get a 5-second call here. We get the ball back. We run out of bounds. Play. We're down 2. Okay. So we got to push it out. We have 1 shot. 5:45, and you got to trap. Come on. Go ahead.
5:45. He's going to go at him full court, I'm sure, making sure everybody knows who they've got.
Yeah, that's really looking ahead, making the free throw, getting a 5-second call, and hitting another one. And
You got to do all that. You got to plant those seeds so that you know what you're going to do. You got to believe that's going to happen. You can't tell the boy, well, now if you miss, we'll do this. We're going to make it and do this.
All right. And now to the free throw line goes Mike
Minute 14 is an eternity. A minute 14 is an eternity. He hits this bucket. I'll tell you, Hawley's going to have to go into the corner game. I'm sure that's what Tommy's going to do. Go to the free throw line. That's their strength. Whoa.
Malmstry with a key rebound. Just a little too strong by Smilanich that time. And we've
got to roll up and trap.
Minute 5 remaining and a foul on Arnaz. And they fouled the wrong guy.
Yeah, they did. Officials are getting on that early. Sometimes they let that go a little bit longer.
And Tom Newman will go to the free throw line with a minute 4 remaining. It is 52-47. Hawley leads it. No! And Arnaz!
Hey, they made that free throw. Can't take too much time if you're
John goes
Barnesville.
baseline. He's got it. No! Loose ball, and it is again Celine to Malmstry. That's your pressure right there, the 5:45. And who to foul? Well, that time they fouled Newman. And Newman, shooting 64% from the free throw line.
But I think he missed his last 3.
Is going to get another opportunity.
Junk gets that one to go down on that drive. There could have been almost a foul on it. But he gets that one to go down.
Dave
Johnson, going down the bell.
The eternal optimist.
If you're not an optimist in this coaching business, you'll never survive.
Newman makes it 53-47. It is a 6-point advantage. 46 seconds remaining.
Brought Benish back in for some boards, I'm sure. Get a post player. Hope to get a 3-point play.
Newman doesn't get it.
Got to hurry up
Benish
if
with
you're
the board.
Barnesville.
This
Got to
is
hustle if
Arnaz.
you're Hawley.
Into the corner, Smilanich.
That's good.
He's got it.
Timeout call. Good call.
And it's a 4-point game with 37 seconds left. It is far from over. As you look at Dave Johnson.
See, they let him get off the bench over here.
Come on now.
They let him get off the bench over
All
here.
right, now listen. Don't touch the ball when it goes through the hole. The ref just warned me they're going to tee us when we score. We got one timeout left. Now, here's what they're going to do. They're going to line 4 guys up like this. Craig and Critchley are going to go like that. All right? That's what they're going to do. And if Newman's there, that's what they're going to do. Overplaying at that 5-second call. You got to foul right away. You got to foul right away. You're not in, Benny. You're not in.
Maybe tell him what he thinks that Critchley's going to run for Hawley. We're going to run Craggeroo deep, he figures. And Newman's going to OB the ball. He's got to take away the... Nope, Mosley's going to OB the ball.
Moulstrie's going to put it in play with 37 seconds remaining.
Who do you foul? Who do you foul?
Moulstrie. He barely got it into Craggeroo, and we got a foul.
Only thing you do, 1 second.
Frederick. Only 1 second off the clock that time, a smart foul, so that timeout worked for Barnesville because they fouled right away. They listened to ABJ on that one.
Put the pressure on the boy to go to the line. Earn his lunch for the free throw.
Craggeroo will step to the free throw line for the Nuggets. It is a 4-point game with 36 seconds remaining. Craggeroo. He's got ice in his veins, and Tommy Critchley wants a timeout. Let's go back into the Barnesville huddle. We want to thank Dave Johnson for allowing us to do this. Tom Critchley said, well, maybe next year.
Well, there's not many secrets, but going into huddles are interesting.
They're going to go zone. Run secondary break. If he makes the free throw, run secondary. Darren, you're at half court. You're inbounding it. Eric will go right. We'll go to the right. You may have to push it up and dribble. Get it to Darren. Mike, you're in the corner. Troy is in here, all right? We run secondary. Everybody except Eric goes to the bars unless you penetrate. When we score, call timeout. When we score, call timeout unless there's a foul. Come on now. Everybody know who you're going. Freddie's not in. So you're on Celine. You got Wall Street. Come on. You got to get up on Wall Street. Go. Come on.
You know, that is so important, knowing who's on the floor, because when the teams call timeout, they'll make personnel changes and you go back out and you're kind of in a situation. Now what do we do, Coach? This isn't what we talked about.
They're going to run their secondary break off this made free throw if he makes it. I watched them do this a couple times against Frazee. They won the ball game. They went the length of court in 5 seconds, and there wasn't a single dribble, and they scored at the horn.
Craggeroo again. Doesn't get this one.
That's different now. You got to get it up in a hurry.
Benish on the board. Here comes Arness with 30 seconds remaining. They're down by 4. Smilanich is going to have to pump it. He goes inside. Benish. And no! It's a loose ball, and Craggeroo comes away with it. He's fouled right away.
They just haven't gotten the roll. Just didn't get the roll. Boy, they've been in there tight a couple times.
Oh, that would have made it a 2-point game.
Look at the hustle now. Smilanich taking it to the baseline. Inside to Benish. Tough move, man. That thing should go down. Look at the scramble now and the real hustle here. Old Craggeroo digging it right out of there. And then Mulcahy fouled. That's the only thing he could do. Cragger hits another one.
Craggeroo hits the free throw to make it a
pretty tough now.
Advantage. Craggeroo again. 20 seconds remaining. Mulcahy. It's knocked out of bounds by Celine.
I don't think Barnesville's got any timeouts left.
Arness loses it to Craggeroo. It's picked off, and he'll go coast to coast.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
We're inside 10 seconds. A long bomber. It's no good. And with 2 seconds remaining, John's shot did not drop. It's 58-49. Let's look at it.
Here we go. Dragoon stepped right in on that cross-court pass.
And the ball game's over.
That's the ball game. Hawley earned that one. They got through it.
Dave Johnson and Tom Critchley, two very fine coaches, as Tom Critchley's ball club has advanced to the finals of the Minnesota District 23A basketball tournament. Tom Critchley, we'll hear from him in just a moment. 58-49 is our final. And Hawley will play the winner. Will play the winner of the Lake Park Glendon Felton game. Tom, almost a heart attack on that one, partner. Your ball club, I think, really sealed it up towards the end of the free throw line.
Well, it really hurt us, Ed, when we had to go to a 2-3 zone when Celine got in foul trouble. We don't like playing that defense that much, and they shot the lights out, and Barnesville kids always play hard. They're never going to give up.
I thought one of the keys in the ball game was in the first half, you really kept smiling at you away from the scoring column.
Well, that's when we were playing our man-to-man, and we like to play the man a lot more, but once we got in foul trouble, like I said, they moved him outside to a wing, and he started to hurt us, and we didn't block him out, and he got some offensive boards, too.
How about the fact that Barnesville was turning the ball over, and you guys were able to take take charge of the momentum at that point? How much did you drill the kids on that?
Well, we're a pressure team, Ed. We play 84 feet of the floor, 94 on the college floor. We love to press the entire game, and we have a variety of presses that we use. And like I said, the second half, when we lose Celine, that really hurts us because we have to make some changes. We bring in Davey, who just did a whale of a job. That little guy, I told him he's going to win me a game sometime, and he really played well.
Now, Tom, you had 29 points at halftime, and you're averaging 78 a game. I thought you'd come out in the second half just throwing the ball all over the place, the way you did against Stillworth the other night when you broke it open. Why didn't the fast break go the way the Nuggets have been running it this year?
Well, Ed, once you get into tournament play, if you look at all the tournament games, the games are always closer and the scores are always lower. And we've really primed our kids on that. We've told them, hey, if we're going to win this, baby, we got to play the good defense. Start holding teams in the 40s because we aren't going to score 70, 75 points like we did during the regular season.
You guys were really determined tonight to get the ball inside. Did you feel you had a real advantage there?
Well, they overplay our wings so bad that we hit a couple lobs to Tommy Newman and some backdoors to Molstry. We figured that we could take advantage of that overplay.
Okay, you got Glendon Felton and you got Lake Park playing next. Feelings on who would you like to play, or what do you think of that game?
That one's going to be a battle. I think it's going to go right down to the wire. They had a 5-point game a week ago. Both teams are going to come out hard after each other. We don't care. We're just happy to be there.
Okay, Tom, congratulations. Big win for you. It is the Hawley Nuggets going into the Minnesota District 23A championship game. That'll be tomorrow night. We'll have it for you. But first, we got to see who they're going to play. It's either going to be Lake Park or Glendon Felton. We'll be back with more from the Carver Fieldhouse in a moment.
PAY